Hey there, and welcome back to the Music Interval Theory podcast. I'm Frank, your host, composer for movies, animation, and video games. And today we are diving into one of those deceptively simple questions that leads to a big aha moment. Why do a C major sixth chord and an A minor seventh chord use the same notes, but feel totally different? Let's start with the obvious. Yes, both chords use the exact same four pitches, A, C, E, and G. Sit down at a piano and play those notes in the middle register. You might hear C6 or maybe A minor 7. And if you're like most composers, you might be tempted to just label it by whatever fits the mood you're going for. But here's the thing. The notes don't change, but the context does. And it's the context that defines the function and the feel of the chord. To really understand what's going on, let's look through the lens of the harmonic series. Because the harmonic series doesn't just explain overtones, it's like nature's blueprint for harmony. And it can tell us why some chords feel super stable while others feel richer, more complex, or even tense. Okay, so let's take those four notes, A, C, E, and G, and say we treat C as the fundamental. That makes C our root. G is the fifth, shows up in the second octave of the harmonic series. E is the major third. It's right there in the third octave. A is the sixth. It lands in the fourth octave. C6. And here's why that feels so grounded. All of those tones show up naturally in the harmonic series of C. It's like they're just meant to be together. There's a natural order to the chord. No dissonance, no tension, just harmony that lines up perfectly with how sound itself works. Now let's flip it. What happens if we treat A as the fundamental instead? Well, now A is the root. E is still the fifth. No problem there. C becomes the minor third, which doesn't actually appear in the harmonic series. The harmonic series gives us a major third, so using a minor third already adds a level of complexity or color. And G is the flat seventh, which does appear in the harmonic series, but much later on. So yes, a minor 7 is totally valid. That's why a minor 7 feels more jazzy, more open-ended, and a bit more complex. Now here's the fun part. Let's keep the same exact four notes, A, C, E, G, but change the bass note again. This time, let's say F is the fundamental. So now we've got F as the root, C as the fifth, A as the major third, E as the major seventh, G as the ninth. That gives us F major 9. Same notes, different chord, and now we're starting to feel some harmonic richness. That major seventh interval, E over F, is more complex, and the ninth G gives us even more depth. But you can still connect this back to the harmonic series. It's just further out on the overtone spectrum. And we can take this idea even further. Let's shift the root again, this time to D. With D as the fundamental, the rest of the notes, A, C, E, and G, form a D11 chord. We could even organize these tones into a D13 chord, depending on the voicing and how we're resolving things. So we've gone from C6 to a minor 7 to F major 9 to D11, even D13. Same exact notes, but the chord function, the feel, and the complexity all shift depending on which note we treat as the root. Isn't that kind of magical? And this is why the harmonic series is such a powerful tool. It's not just physics, it's a way to understand why certain chords feel stable and others feel more colorful, mysterious, or even tense. So here's the key takeaway from today's episode. A major sixth chord like C6 is the simplest, most natural four-note chord in the harmonic series. As you move through sevenths, ninths, and all the way to 13ths, you're moving into higher levels of complexity. But all of it still ties back to the overtone series. And as composers, once we understand this, we can start choosing chords, not just based on what sounds good, but based on how complex or natural we want the harmony to feel. Whether you're scoring a tender moment in a film, writing an emotional ballad, or building tension in a game's soundtrack, understanding how chords line up or don't line up with the Harmonic series gives you real control over your music's emotional impact. And if you want to dig deeper into these magical relationships between intervals, chords, and functions, well, I've got just the thing for you. Download the free guide 5 spells every composer needs. These spells are interval-based composition techniques that work like musical magic. In the guide, I break down 5 of my go-to spells with real examples and ideas you can apply to your own writing right away. Just head over to musicintervaltheory.academy/spells to grab your free copy. I'm Frank, and as always, thanks for spending a little time geeking out about harmony with me. Until next time, keep composing, keep exploring, and keep listening deeply.